The Dungeonforge. Engine of creation. Tool of the gods. Its purpose? To serve the Edifects, a legion of powerful demigods in their quest to test the mettle of the mortal races, to prove their worth, and cause the strongest among them to emerge from the rank and file, and achieve their own purpose and potential as true heroes. In Dungeonforge you are no mere mortal. You are a god, with the power of creation in your hands. Within the game world, you take control of one of a number of heroes, guiding them on their quest through epic dungeons, writing their unique story as you go. Outside of the game world's dungeons, however, you play a much more grandiose role. You are one of the Edifects, powerful creator gods. Your tool? The Dungeonforge. The Dungeonforge is our creation tools. We wanted to enable everyone, absolutely everyone, to create compelling gaming experiences, to tell the story that's within them, and to share those experiences and their story with the world. We wanted to remove all barriers between you and creating your own unique, spectacular gaming experience. To do that, we set out to create tools that were powerful, flexible, and effortlessly easy to use. We want to give you a glimpse of that vision in this brief demo. Hi, I'm Mason Stanford, Creative Director at the Collective Dream Studios, and I'm about to show you our creative tools for Dungeonforge. As I do so, keep in mind that everything you see here is very much in pre-alpha stage, so our interface and all of the assets you're about to see are going to get a whole lot prettier between now and when the game is released. So, without further ado, here is the Dungeonforge. I'm going to go ahead and click on the interface and select a prefab tile to drag into the game world. We wanted to make things as easy as possible and reduce the number of clicks it takes to perform a task, so instead of clicking back into the interface, you just click on this arrow next to the tile and access the menu from there. Now I'm going to drop a dungeon entrance into the game world. When I do so, the game recognizes where I put it and intelligently creates this cliff to represent us diving into a dungeon beneath a mountain. Now, if I want to work on the actual dungeon, I just click on the door to access this button. When I click it, we're now inside the mountain and can create our dungeon. This makes transitioning from interior to exterior as intuitive as walking through your front door. I lay down a dungeon piece and now I can carve a quick cave from the dungeon entrance to the new room with our procedural cave generation. This could be automated as well to reduce the amount of work you actually do to connect things up. I'm going to go ahead and lay down a few more tiles to complete my dungeon and give it variety. As I do so, you'll see that some of the doors and passageways are blocked, but there are portions where the walls are knocked down, and I can add procedural caves to connect those entrances. I think I'll place a nice underground waterfall here because, well, I think it's pretty. Upon laying my last tile and connecting it to the rest of the dungeon, I'll go ahead and place some objects and enemies in the world. I can place monsters into the world. When I do, I get a menu that allows me to adjust their characteristics, whether they're part of a quest, what loot they drop, what level they are relative to the players for difficulty. Do they have dialogue before they try and smash your face in? This way we allow dungeon creators to really individualize the play experience players get in their particular dungeon. We can also lay down loot containers such as chests and decide what they contain. To pretty up the place, we can lay down decorative objects as well. The final version will allow you to drop NPCs into the game world and script out complex interactions with the players. NPCs can act as quest givers, merchants, player companions, or even become the player's worst enemy. Dungeon creators will be able to lay out a vivid plot with a complex narrative with a few simple actions. Players with the desire to do so will also be able to use our tools to create their own prefab tiles from scratch for use in their own dungeons, or even submit them for community approval to show up in the game itself for everyone to use. You'll never have your own creativity limited by hours. You'll always be given the tools to go beyond what we, the developers, have created. We promise to deliver tools that are fun, effortlessly easy to use, and that turn your creativity loose on the world completely limitlessly. Once a dungeon is created, it can be accessed from within the game and played by anyone. Dungeons that garner enough positive votes from players will become an integrated part of Dungeonforge's massive open game world. Once your dungeon makes it into the game, players can immediately use their epic dungeon passes to play through your dungeon for a chance at epic level loot. When they do, you'll receive a kickback that can be cashed out for real money once enough is accrued. We want to reward those who provide the very best gameplay experiences imaginable. Community-created content has driven gaming for decades. Dungeonforge continues that legacy powerfully, and this is your chance to leave your unique and powerful mark.